Hey Phrozen community, it's Libby. Today I'm going to show you how to use the 16K upgrade kit to upgrade the Sonic Mighty Revo to the Sonic Mighty 16K and enjoy better print quality. Let's get started! First, open the 16K upgrade kit and you'll find these tools inside. Then prepare some label stickers and label them as A, B, and numbers 1 to 9. Turn off the power and unplug the power cord. Then open the lid and remove the building plate and resin wrap. Here's a quick reminder, if your printer has pump and fill installed, remember to unplug its power cord. And lift the inlet unit upwards. Use the 2.5mm hex wrench to loosen the 3 flat head screws at the top of the printer's front cover. Then gently lay the printer on its side. Make sure there's a gap between the printer and the desk to prevent the printer from pressing on the pump and fill tubing. Then use the 3mm hex wrench to loosen the 3 short cylinder head screws at the bottom of the printer. After loosening all screws, set the printer upright. Carefully pull out the front cover and put it on the table. Next, remove the USB cable from the mainboard. Then, peel off the acetate cloth tape securing the Wi-Fi antenna on the front cover and apply it to the side of the printer. Next, locate the buckle on the mainboard where the touch panel ribbon cable connects. Carefully peel off the acetate cloth tape from the connector with one hand. Meanwhile, lift the clip to disconnect the ribbon cable from the mainboard with the other hand, and attach the ribbon cable to the side of the front cover. You can now remove the front cover and put it aside. After removing the front cover, we need to remove the ADA board and LCD panel. First, peel the acetate cloth tape from the LCD ribbon cable and the mainboard and stick it on the side of the printer. Unclip the buckle and remove the LCD ribbon cable from the mainboard. Next, gently press the LCD screen with one hand while slowly removing the LCD frame tape with the other hand. Use the 3mm hex wrench to loosen the 4 long cylinder head screws of the ADA. Then, reach inside the printer with one hand and gently push the AD upwards to remove it with the LCD screen. Now, we're going to remove the mainboard. Before we start, let's first take a look at its parts. First, use alcohol to soften the red adhesive on the mainboard and peel it off. Next, remove the camera cable. Remove the first and second green connectors on the mainboard. Label the first connector A and the second connector B. Next, remove the rightmost connector and label it 1. Then remove the remaining connectors from right to left and remember to immediately label them sequentially to avoid confusion. With all connectors detached, use a 2.5mm hex wrench to diagonally loosen the 4 cylinder head screws on the mainboard and remove the mainboard. Now, let's install the new mainboard. Take out the new mainboard and use a 2.5mm hex wrench to diagonally tighten the 4 cylinder head screws to secure the mainboard. Then, peel off the acetate cloth tape from the machine side and use it to fix the Wi-Fi antenna to the side of the printer. Then, connect the camera cable. Next, plug all connectors back to the mainboard. First, reconnect connector 9 to the mainboard and remove its label. Organize the cables to the back of the mainboard. Be careful not to trap the cables outside the printer or under the screw holes. Use the same method. Sequentially reinstall the remaining connectors to the mainboard, and lastly, plug the A and B connectors. After installation, use the hex wrench to gently organize the cables beneath the mainboard. Then, organize the cables into cable clips on both sides of the mainboard, ensuring the cables are as close to the printer as possible. Next, we're going to install the new ADA. Before installation, ensure the optical lens is clean and free of foreign objects. If any foreign objects are found, clean the optical lens with the dust removal sticker from the screen protector accessories. Take the new ADA and place its long side against the printer's long side with one hand. Use the other hand to support the ADA from the printer and slowly place it onto the printer. Finally, use the 3mm hex wrench to tighten the 4 long screws with cylinder heads, and the installation is complete. Next, we're going to install the new LCD screen. Before installation, ensure the optical glass is clean and free of foreign objects. If any foreign objects are found, clean the optical glass with 95% alcohol and a lint-free cloth. First, use a 2mm hex wrench to loosen flat head screws on the cable cover and set the cover aside. Next, Take the new LCD out of the box and place the protective material underneath it. Take out the new ribbon cable. Place the side without visible circuits facing upward and find the end marked LCD. Unclip the buckle and insert the new ribbon cable into the clip slot. Once the cable and clip are securely aligned in parallel, press the clip down. Then take out the new acetate cloth tape and apply it over the clip. Afterward, flip the LCD screen over and peel off the protective film. The LCD screen is very fragile, so please be sure to handle it carefully during this step. Turn the LCD screen back to the front and gently lean it against the long side of the optical glass. Next, place the driver board and the bent portion of the ribbon cable into the large groove, and then guide the remaining part of the ribbon cable into the small groove. Ensure that the LCD screen is flat on the optical glass and align it with the upper right corner. Insert the LCD screen ribbon cable into the mainboard slot. Once the cable and clip are securely aligned in parallel, securely press the clip down. Afterward, take a new piece of acetate cloth tape and apply it over the clip. Push the remaining ribbon cable into the small groove and ensure the cable is properly organized within the groove. Take the cable cover and use a 2mm hex wrench to tighten the flathead screws. The installation is now complete. Next, let's take out the front cover and spray 95% alcohol on the 14K label to allow the alcohol to penetrate into the adhesive on the back of the plate. Then spray a paper towel with alcohol and place it on the 14K label and wait for about 10 minutes. Then use a flathead screwdriver to gently lift the plate up and remove it. If you find it difficult to remove the 14K label, repeat the above steps until the adhesive is softened. After removing the 14K label, take out the new 16K label and paste it to the front cover of the printer. When finished, lay the front cover flat in front of the printer. Remove the touch panel ribbon cable and gently fold the acetate cloth tape back. If you find that the acetate cloth tape accidentally sticks to the ribbon cable, gently peel the tape off the ribbon cable. Insert the cable into the mainboard slot. Make sure the cable fits into the clip, press down the clips, and then put the acetate tablecloth back on the clips. Then plug the USB cable back into the mainboard. Remove the Wi-Fi antenna from the side of the printer. Peel off the adhesive backing and attach it to the front cover of the printer. After completing these steps, you can install the front cover. Please note that when you install the front cover, remember to avoid pressing the cables. Use the 2.5mm hex wrench to tighten the left and right flathead screws at the top of the front cover. Remove the film from the surface of the LCD screen and we are ready to start hardware testing. First, plug in the power cord and turn on the power. Next, put on your goggles. Click Settings on the touch panel, and then click Hardware Test. Click Cooling Fan to make sure the fan at the back is working properly. Click Z-axis test. Long press the up and down buttons to confirm whether the Z-axis can operate normally. If you confirm there is no problem with the Z-axis elevation, adjust the T-bar to 2/3 of the Z-axis position. Find Z-axis sensor. Use the hex wrench to trigger the sensor to test the functionality of the sensor. The touch panel will display a green light when the wrench is detected. Then click LCD test and then click Light Up, LCD grid, and black end to make sure the illuminated area of the LCD screen is the same as the image displayed by the touch panel. Finally, click Camera Test to check if the camera can record normally. If the above tests can't run smoothly, remember to check whether the components are installed correctly after power off. After the test, turn off the power and unplug the power cord. Take out a 2.5mm hex wrench and lock the flathead screw in the center of the front cover. Remove the frame tape, align the sticking position, remove the adhesive backing while slowly sticking the frame sticker on the printer. After the frame tape is installed, tilt the printer to leave a gap with the desktop. And then use a 3mm hex wrench to lock the 3 short cylinder head screws under the front cover. Then straighten the printer. The hardware testing is now complete. After upgrading, make sure you click Settings, then Hardware Test, and select Z-axis calibration before printing for the first time. Now we're going to replace the ACF film. First, take out the resin vat. Then clean the residual resin on the metal frame and the resin vat with 95% alcohol and kitchen paper towel. Next, use the 3mm hex wrench to loosen the 4-cylinder head screws at the corners. Then take out the 2.5mm hex wrench and loosen the remaining flathead screws. You can use the 3mm hex wrench to lift the corners of the metal frame slightly and pick up the metal frame. Flip the removed metal frame over. Use the 2mm hex wrench to loosen all the flathead screws on the metal frame. Then you can remove the old release film. After using 95% alcohol and kitchen paper towels to clean the residual resin from the metal frames and resin vat, we're ready to replace the release film. Take out the new ACF film and lay it flat on the table with the blue side facing up. Gently press on one side of the ACF film with one hand. Then use the other hand to slightly bend the film upwards. Gently peel or lift the corner and slowly tear off the blue protective sheet. During this process, you can adjust your grip while tearing and carefully peel it off to avoid creating creases on the ACF film. Place the first metal frame according to the hole positions shown on the screen. Then put on the release film. Please note that the smooth side of the ACF film must be facing upwards. Lastly, place the second metal frame according to the hole positions shown on the screen. After confirming the position, take out the 2mm hex wrench and poke holes in the release film in the metal holes. Next, use a 2mm hex wrench to lock the 8 flat head screws in a diagonal order. Then, lock the 6 center flat head screws diagonally. Finally, lock the remaining flat head screws diagonally. When finished, turn the metal frame over and place it on the resin vat. Here you can check if the release film is mat side up and if the position of the metal hole is the same as the picture. Let's take out a 3mm hex wrench and tighten the 4 diagonal cylinder head screws. Next, use a 2.5mm hex wrench to tighten the 6 flat head screws at the center diagonally. Then, tighten the remaining screws in diagonal order. Finally, remember to use the short side of the wrench to make sure that each screw is well tightened. After confirming that the screws are tightened, you can carefully cut off the excess release film, and the replacement of the release film is completed. That's it for the Sonic Mighty 16K upgrade kit replacement tutorial. Hope you find this video helpful and be sure to let us know if you have any questions in the comment section. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification for more exciting news from Phrozen. I'll see you next time. Bye!